Hello everyone, Tactical H, and welcome back to another Conquest Mode multiplayer battle. This battle here was played a few weeks back on a tournament. However, this battle was played on 700 tickets, but because of a bug on the Conquest Mode replay, the battle replay was cut short when the ticket count hit 500. So with the help of a mod, we are going to view the full battle here today. The two players here are on the green side, Greyest Wolf, and on the red side, Boina Roja. Greyest Wolf going for an Empire army frontline of swordsmen, supported by a ton of mobility, double grenade launchers, and 3 pistoliers. There are also a lot of spears scattered all over the battlefield, guarding a silver bullet and a great cannon. As for the rest of the mobility, a few more Empire Knights providing some melee presence. They're led by Marcus Wolfhard with almost his full toolkit here. Amber Ball, Focus Shot, and Hunter's Snare for the AoE net. For the spellcasting department, it's a Bright Wizard with Fireball and Flaming Sword of Ruin. The Flaming Sword's magical damage would be very crucial in dealing with the army-wide physical resistance of the Demon's army. Now for Boina Roja's army going rather missile heavy here. A front line of blue horrors with their little bit of firepower, 4 rounds of shots, except the chromatic abominations with 16 shots. Behind them, some pink horrors of Tinge, one of them the Sour Guts, and supported by a single unit of Fiends of Slanesh. On the far side, there are some Chaos Furies on the corners of the battlefield, and a couple more Seekers of Slanesh providing some solid mobility. They are led by Herald of Slanesh with Pavane using that rampage to their advantage, and also a Lash of Slanesh to do some AoE damage, clear out some chaff and whatnot. Portal Glyph for the Chaos Fury summon, and a legendary hero, one of the best unit of the Demons of Chaos roster really. Karanak, providing a solid single entity sniping power, especially against the unarmored characters like Marcus and the Bright Wizard. That's it for the army builds. Now let's get the battle started. As the battle begins, the horrors are moving forward as they do have a bit of a quality advantage over the Empire state troops. Pistoliers, being the Empire's fastest cavalry, try to do some kiting and skirmish down the Seekers. However, their speed doesn't really matter here because of the Pavane of Slanesh, luring one of them straight into the pursuing Seekers of Slanesh. Seekers do have really high speed at 100, so they actually can catch up to the Pistoliers, though it will take them some time and take some pistol shots in the face. So it is actually safer to just rampage one of the Pistoliers and drag them into melee combat. On the far side here, the Outriders are launching explosives into the formation of the Blue Horrors, doing some really good damage and quickly backing off before the Blue Horrors have a chance to fire back. A really nice Amber Bowl from Marcus there, nuking away a quarter of HP from the Herald of Slanesh, while the Pistoliers and another unit got caught by the Seekers and the Chaos Furies, and there goes 2 units of the Pistoliers. Only 1 remains, which is also being harassed by the enemy Chaos Furies, so the Empire Knights are here to intercept these demons' mobility. On the far side there, the Chaos Furies over there has moved forward, but not really diving down just yet. Karanak has charged forward into the front line, trying to hunt down Marcus Wolfhard and eliminate the Empire leadership. Sigmar's sons are coming in to screen him away, while Marcus is just firing back, whittling down the health of this legendary Flesh Hound. Empire Knights now going after the Seekers of Slanesh and will be quickly backing off as they don't really want to fight against these AP cavalry, while the Silver Bullets have a chance to fire in, doing some really good damage against the Seekers, plus the Great Cannons too. So the Slanesh Furies are diving in to try and silence these Empire artillery. Karanak right now force pathing through the Sigmar's sons and trying to go after Marcus Wolfhard once again, and Marcus will need to start running away. He is still getting damage, but of course, being a foot character, he can get knocked around without taking any damage. And yeah, he's just surviving while Karanak is taking more and more damage from any incoming firepower, including Marcus Wolfhard's bow and arrow. Pistoliers over here will receive a little bit of Pavane to keep them in melee, as the Seekers are still going after them, seeking their targets, and the Summon Furies will be going after the Silver Bullets at the back, trying to shut down these magical missiles of the Empire army. Herald and Karanak are both going after Marcus Wolfhard, but they're really struggling to land a hit on Marcus for some reason. While over here, the 2 Seekers, one of them is already gone, the other also stay in the prolonged melee fight a little too long, being shot by the Outriders with grenade launchers. Both of these elite cavalry of the demons are eliminated. especially when there is a Flaming Sword of Ruin to boost their damage output, using that magic damage to cut through those physical resistance of the demons. Fleshhound summons going after the Outriders, doing some really good damage, but the Empire Knights will be intercepting them, while Karanak is a little bit too far away from hitting up the Outriders with grenade launchers. On the far side, Fiends of Slanesh has been activated, plowing straight through the swordsmen and will be intruding into the backline of the Empire formations. One tattered Pistolier has survived the onslaught, but because of how much damage they took, they're going to be quite inconsequential when compared to the Siege firepower. Blue Horrors and Pink Horrors are firing in, whittling down the HP of all these Empire State troops, and do remember that Sour Guts and the other Pink Horrors do have a little bit more range than the 100 range of the Outriders with grenade launchers. Sour Guts and Pink Horrors in general just have 130 range, more than enough to outgun the Outriders. The volley of Warp Flame managed to push back the Outriders. Fiends of Slanesh plowed into the Great Cannons. The spears are trying to protect the artillery piece, but that doesn't matter anymore as the artillery crew has been routed away. Another Flaming Sword of Ruin boosting the melee damage of all these spears, Silver Bullets, and Empire Knights, quickly cutting through these Slanesh Fury's HP, leaving only Karanak in the fight. So Karanak might need to get out of there ASAP before he himself gets stuck in the melee grind for too long. Fiends of Slanesh, after finishing off the Great Cannons, are trying to go after other targets, but a really nicely placed Hunter's Snare, pinning down the Fiends of Slanesh, allowing Marcus to just poke away at their health using his anti-large shots. An Ember Bow against the Herald of Slanesh, but not exactly the greatest accuracy in that shot, so not too much damage so far. Marcus Wolfheart, though, will be targeted by the Fiends of Slanesh, so will be knocked around a bit and taking some melee damage, while the two Pink Horrors are still very much healthy, holding on in melee fight just fine. Spears are wavering in terms of leadership, though they did finish off the Blue Horrors of Tinge. Empire Knights here dragging some Chromatic Abominations into melee combat, trying to silence their firepower, while on the other side here, Karanak, the Herald, and the Fiends of Slanesh in a pitched melee fight against all of these Empire Knight spears and even some Silver Bullets firing in point blank. Some of the Fiends will be force pathing their way into the Silver Bullets formation, trying to drag down a few more unit models in melee combat, though the others will be firing point blank into the Fiends, doing some good damage. And at the back there, Herald and Karanak will still go after some other characters, this time the Bright Wizard. Karanak, though, seems to be struggling to finish off the Empire Wizard, simply because the foot characters still can get ragdolled around without any damage taken. Just like here, Karanak sent the Bright Wizard flying without actually landing a hit. Marcus now in melee combat against the Fiends of Slanesh, though he is indeed protected by a lot of his own troops, all the spears distracting the Fiends of Slanesh away from landing hits on Marcus Wolfheart. So Marcus is actually holding on just fine. He is a character though, so he does have some notable weapon strength. If he can land a hit onto the Fiends of Slanesh, he can still put a dent in their HP bar. The Fiends simply don't have any armor to mitigate any non-AP damage. The Fiends did manage to rout off the Silver Bullets, shutting down a crucial damage dealer on the Empire side. Though at what cost, these Fiends of Slanesh are also fading away from reality after taking too much damage in the melee fight, overwhelmed by the Empire forces. As for the rest of the Demons of Chaos army, all their infantry are now going back to the capture point, trying to secure this really important landmark so that they can just win on simple victory tickets. At the same time, one final shot from Marcus Wolfheart. I think it's a focus shot, finishing off the Herald of Slanesh, and there goes the demonic leadership. Some of these Blue Horrors are straight up fading away due to that Lord Dead leadership debuff, though the Pink Horrors, being slightly more elite, are still holding on Chromatic Abominations as well, since they are a regiment of renown with extra leadership. These battered Blue Horrors are hanging on, but only barely, and because they're not in a fight. Karanak trying to run the hell away from all these Empire units, using Narcissism, the randomized army ability of Demons of Chaos, to pin down these pursuing Empire Knights, and Karanak will be quickly extracting himself from melee combat. Marcus, though, still firing in and slowly whittling away Karanak's HP, and Karanak will have to be careful and just keep staying away from the range of Marcus Wolfheart. While Karanak is fast enough to stay ahead of Marcus, the Pistoliers actually managed to catch up to him and pepper him with those dual pistol shots. As a result, Karanak took a lot of irrecoverable damage from the Pistoliers before the Pistoliers can get screened away by the Pink Horror's cover fire. Pistolius did take some damage, but it's worth it to whittle down Karanak. Now we'll do a bit of fast forward here as Marcus is just staying away and repositioning his army forces, trying to get a surround onto the Demons of Chaos forces, but this is also buying more time for the demons to get more victory tickets, slowly approaching to victory. The Empire really needs to act fast to dislodge the demons from their defensive position and occupy the victory point themselves and get those tickets. Problem is that the demons still have some very strong missile presence, and anything that get close will get shot by them, and Empire will need to approach carefully. Especially the Outriders here does not want to get in range of all these pink horrors, but they are essential for clearing out all these demonic infantry, so it's a bit of a dilemma that Empire is facing right now. Marcus still firing in, not that he has any better targets to shoot at, trying to slowly whittle down the Sour Guts and Blue Horrors. State troops are also moving in as well, but the Sour Guts are protected by the Chromatic Abominations. They might be depleted, but they are still holding back 2 units of Empire Spears, sacrificing their own lives to allow the Sour Guts to keep firing at the grenade launchers, and the grenade launchers are taking more and more casualties. What Empire really needs to do is to send their extra Empire Spears, walk around the Blue Horrors to reach the Pink Horrors at the back. They're really running out of options to get to the Sour Guts, as the Outriders with grenade launchers does not want to stand in a firefight against the Sour Guts, and the rest of the state troops are kind of just stuck on Blue Horrors. Empire Knights are also too busy fighting the Pink Horrors and slowly accumulating casualties as they are stuck in the middle of a fight against a bunch of Pink Horrors. Pink Horrors might be a missile infantry, but with physical resistance and quite a bit of HP left, they actually handle themselves just fine against the tattered units of Empire Knight, while the Sour Guts are now engaging in melee combat as the Chromatic Abominations are dead. Now it's pretty much the 2 Pink Horrors for the entire Demons of Chaos army. Spears are sitting on the capture point, but the capture point is still not going into the hands of the Empire right now, as the 2 Pink Horrors managed to sustain that capture point progress for the Demons of Chaos, while Spears now finally charging into the Sour Guts and the Pink Horrors. Now that the Pink Horrors are occupied, the grenade launchers can get close and perhaps launch some grenades into the Pink Horrors. But no, they have gone into a melee charge, trying really hard to break the leadership of the Sour Guts here and finish them off. But this might be a mistake here, as the grenade launchers would do a lot more damage against the Pink Horrors. I suppose Greyest Wolf, the Empire player, was worried about friendly fire from the grenade launchers and just really trying to overload the Demons of Chaos. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work here. Now, less than 70 tickets are needed for the demons to secure victory. Sour Guts and Pink Horrors are still holding on, keeping that victory point, the capture point, in the hands of the Demons of Chaos. Balance of power is in favor of Empire, but that's just because Marcus is super healthy. The rest of the Empire troops are pretty much gone. These spears are also on the verge of routing, everything else are running for the hills. Marcus being nearby is keeping the spears in the fight, but a spear alone cannot deal with these 2 Pink Horrors, especially when one of them is a regiment of renown. More tattered spears are coming back to help, but they are simply pushed back. Sour Guts simply peeling them off with a volley of pink warp flame. Marcus cannot wrestle the point from the demon's hands by himself, and that shall be a capture point victory for the Demons of Chaos. To quickly wrap up the battle, the Empire did a lot of damage with Marcus Wolfheart sniping out both of the demons' characters with his anti-large bows, but unfortunately the rest of the army didn't quite do enough damage over the course of battle here. A lot of their missile assets got shut down pretty early by either Pavane of Slanesh or simply the superior mobility of the demons, and especially some of these grenade launchers here didn't really earn back their value. For the Demons of Chaos, they didn't actually outtrade the Empire throughout the course of battle, mostly relying on the Pink Horrors surviving till the late game, using their barrier to block incoming damage and superior leadership compared to state troops to hold the capture point there. Even when charged by a bunch of Empire mobility, they still held the line. The characters didn't do that much damage, but that's fine, they won by capture tickets. And yeah, that's it for today's battle. I hope you all enjoyed this multiplayer action, and if you want to see more Total War Warhammer content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Tactical Lich, signing out.